How can you change your life for the better? What does it even take to do that? Or maybe you're like, life's pretty good. I don't need it to change at all. But here's the weird thing about that. Our lives change whether we want them to or not. And so what would it mean to make sure that we are changing, we're evolving well? Maybe it's for the better. Maybe we're just doing it well. Maybe we're evolving, finding our way to fulfillment and just being content. So how might we begin that process? What does it take to change well? So for today, I've got Proverbs 15 verses 31 through 32, and that gives us a little bit of insight about it. The ear that listens to life-giving correction dwells among the wise. Those who refuse discipline despise themselves, but those who listen to correction gain understanding. Now, the moment I read that correction or discipline, my guess is that we probably jump to a mindset of punishment, right? We don't want any part of that. What are you talking about? But here's the thing. We have to remember how this definition of discipline and correction, how there's way more to them than equating them to punishment. In fact, Merriam-Webster dictionary gives this also in addition to, the definition of discipline is orderly or prescribed conduct or pattern of behavior, self-control, training that corrects, molds, or perfects the mental faculties or moral character, a field of study, a rule or system of rules governing conduct or activity, instruction. Now, think about what Proverbs just said. So think about it in terms of what are we allowing to mold us, shape us? What are we willing to study? What new patterns of behavior are we willing to set up as we're going, all right, if life's going to change, then how does it change well? How does it change for the better? How might we change in a way that brings fulfillment and contentment? And the basis for that okay, if we're having that discussion and we're looking at Proverbs, which is supposed to be about wisdom, there's always this connection to God. And this connection of a God who is loving, who has created us for love and peace and joy. And to think about what we allow to shape and mold us that's connected to that love and peace and joy. What are we willing to study to find more of that love and peace and joy? Who are we willing to listen to? So to begin to look at what are we willing to receive from others? Who do we go to for advice? Who do we listen to that maybe has a different perspective than our own, but they are coming from a place of trying to be helpful. They are coming from a place of peace. They are coming from a place of wanting to encourage you. Who are we listening to? And who are we willing to listen to? So this is a moment of real self-reflection of going, okay, if the whole thing with Proverbs is what are we listening to? And what are we willing to discipline ourselves with? What patterns are we willing to set up? What practices are we willing to allow to mold us? That moment of going, all right, which way do I need to turn? What do I need to incorporate into my life? What do I need to let go of? So what are you willing to do today to find fulfillment, to make a better life, to be content where you are? What are those things you are willing to start practicing, doing that come from others or places of health and peace? Pray with me. Creator of wisdom, open us to new practices that can mold us, shape us in ways that are connected to you. Help us to be attuned to discerning new patterns of behavior, seeking out understandings in all aspects of life that will inspire us in how we live every single day. May your wisdom surround us and guide us as we seek to change our lives in wonderful, life-giving ways. Amen.